on sex. Paris Mayor Anne Hidalgo's recruitment drive saw 69% of the jobs go to women. Addressing a council meeting, the socialist mayor joked, quote, "The management of the city hall has, all of a sudden, become far too feminist." She also highlighted a continuing lag in the promotion of women to senior positions in France and the need to accelerate progress towards parity by appointing more women than men.
And that's your news on Rainier Avenue Radio.
Sunday nights from 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. It's K-Fox Night Beat with DJ Nastiness.
Bringing back the memories.
Bringing back the memories.
Bringing Seattle's hottest music.
Bringing Seattle's hottest music. Rainier Avenue Radio.world.
Rainier Avenue Radio.world is your community radio station. We are a 24/7 internet radio station and multimedia network dedicated to amplifying the diverse voices of our Seattle communities and beyond. You'll hear a range of music, sports, regional traffic, local and national news, happenings around Greater Seattle, and talk shows including political, current events, diverse languages, and children's programming created by members of our communities. And we will continue to broadcast live from our communities. We also provide digital media training to community members to become their own content creators. Check out the CADMA page on our website. You can hear us online at RainierAvenueRadio.world or on TuneIn. And follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. RainierAvenueRadio.world.
Atlantic Street Center has been serving the children, youth, and families of the Seattle-King County area since 1910. We partner with families and communities to raise healthy, successful children and youth through services including counseling, early learning, youth development, domestic violence, and education support for school-aged children. Committed to serving the African-American community, Atlantic Street Center provides services and support for all marginalized people. Learn more at AtlanticStreetCenter.org.
You're listening to RainierAvenueRadio.world. Check us out on social media, Facebook and Instagram, RainierAvenueRadio.world, and on Twitter at Rainier Ave Radio.
Welcome to The Sentiment, a thought-provoking with discussions that consist of life's experiences. We are bringing thoughts and perspectives out of captivity and isolation into spaces that promote awareness, healing, restores hope, and victory in everyday living. Come sit with me.
Hey y'all, welcome back to The Sentiment. It is I, Latrice Donahue, and you are listening to Rainier Avenue Radio this evening. Thank you for tapping in. I appreciate it. Today's episode is The Sentiment's HoliDate edition, and it is inspired by Dre's Nice to Meet You Anyway. And if you do not have that, you need to download it. It's featuring Jay Townsend, and it's called Nice to Meet You Anyway. You should check it out. It's fire. So yeah, welcome, Santa baby. All they want for Christmas is you, Mr. Aubrey, to the show.
Hello, everyone. Hello. I thought it was going to have like an audience clap for like, you know what I mean? I thought it was going to have like a background clapping sound. Hello, world.
Thank you for coming to sit and sip with me. I appreciate it.
Pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Now, what are you sipping this evening?
This evening, I went to the shelf and I pulled out some wine.
Oh.
It's called Baci Dolce.
Oh.
It was a gift to me, so I figured it was only right. And I feel like a wine. I feel like I didn't need to do no hard liquor because I didn't want to say nothing stupid or slur. So, sip. You said sip, so we're gonna sip some wine. We're gonna sip some red wine. You know what I mean?
All right.
Right.
Something right. Well, this evening I am sipping on some dandelion root tea, which I'm going to take a sip now. It's gross. It tastes like dirt, but it's absolutely good for you. I also want to remind the listeners that at any time during this show, you can actually call in and ask Aubrey a question. or answer a question that he may pose later in the show. And that number is 206-290-9685. Again, at any time, you can call in and ask Aubrey a question. So Aubrey, tell me a little bit about yourself. I know you sent the bio and all of that, but tell me a little bit about you.
Yeah, I am from Long Island, New York. I don't know what else to say, really. I'm from Long Island. I'm a counselor with Therapeutic Health Services. I work with youth from ages 13 to 24. It is definitely a passion of mine. I love helping. I love being a part of the community. I love ensuring, certain situations happen in people's lives that will help build a greater outcome for them in the future. I'm an avid believer that, all it takes is one handshake or one interaction for your life to go on a different path. So I try to be that caveat that causes great change within the community.
Absolutely.
I love motorcycles. I sold all the ones I have. I only have one now, but I have a Ducati 1198 S 2009 for anybody that likes bikes. But I love motorcycles. I love motorcycles. I'm actually looking forward to doing some trips and some races next year. But I love motorcycles.
On the edge, huh?
Say that if I didn't say that already.
On the edge. How old are you, Aubrey?
I am 35 years old.
Do you have any children?
I have no kids.
What?
No need to knock on any wood. You know what I'm saying? But no, I don't have kids. I don't have any kids.
But you would like a family one day, yes?
Oh, for sure. I grew up watching Family Matters and watching, the Cosby Show, Full House. I grew up watching a lot of family shows. They dwindled. I really don't know about any of these days or what I compare it to in these days and times. But I definitely grew up loving that sense of family. I have a lot of brothers and sisters, but my mother only has 4 kids. And I grew up with my older brother. I have a sister and a brother, and I have other relatives as well, brothers and sisters that I haven't met. But the ones that I do know, I love. I love them very dearly, and the ones that don't love, don't know, I love them too. But yeah,
I'm so down with you.
So
let's just hop right in. I want, this is all about just meeting you. I know a lot of people are like, oh, are you matchmaking? I have people hitting me up talking about they want to know more about you, that people ask me if I'm going to do this continually. So it seems to be a very interesting topic that I may continue in the future. So I just want to know, what is your ideal woman, Aubrey?
Ideal woman for me would be someone, I guess, with a lot of brains, no pun intended. Someone that has a very strong head, very strong sense of character. Someone that my mom always says, like, she got to be crazy for me to like her. So I guess she got to be nuts in her own little way. But someone definitely is educated. Someone that loves God, loves and fears God. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a God-fearing man myself, but definitely someone that loves and fears God. Someone that isn't self-centered, so they're not all about themselves. You know what I'm saying? They're able to show love, give love, and be loved. And I would definitely say, I don't know, man. It's kind of hard. Like, I really, I think, special would have to be it, I guess. Definitely have to be special.
Okay, so let's go a little bit deeper. What would be most important character quality, or just the most important quality of a woman for you?
It varies, right? Because you have some that, I like to laugh. Like, I'm a crazy dude. Like, I know that I'm crazy. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I like to have fun. I like to laugh. And I guess, someone that's able to laugh with me or able to, like, make jokes. Mm-hmm. Not necessarily be the joke, you know what I mean? But at least be able to take a joke, make a joke, be able to, like, confident in themselves, you know what I mean? Like, that's really important to me, because I love to laugh. I'm always laughing. I've been told that I laugh too much and I play too much, and I don't really laugh at the right things at the right time. But it's one of those things that life is short, but it's also inevitable. Like, you don't know when you're gonna go. So I try to live every moment to the max. So I guess someone that can love it and enjoy it with me in that sense.
I love it.
That would be ideal.
Absolutely. I love it. I love it. So I hear several things in that. But I also, feel like a woman with a servant's heart. You said very, very early on, and even from my knowing you, you are very adamant about giving back and serving others. And so I think a woman with a servant's heart would be an awesome quality to add to that, because you are always found serving others. Don't remember a time when we work together or otherwise where you're not empowering someone, or giving back. That's just really, really who you are. And I really value that about you. So I do want to highlight a woman with a servant's heart. And if she's a believer, then 9 times out of 10, she's going to have a heart for others, and wanting to see other people loved and growing and successful. So
I appreciate that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So you said you're a believer.
Of course.
What does that look like? What does your walk look like? I know there are probably women who are very curious, because a lot of people say they're Christians, a lot of people say they're believers, a lot of people say, all these things. But what does that mean to you? How do you apply that in your daily life?
For me, it happened about, I would say, like 12 or 13 years ago, a little while ago. I told myself that I wanted to find God, and I didn't care if I had to become a Buddhist monk. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I had to go climb the Alps or climb Mount Everest or something, and find me a temple, something. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was on a journey. Because I've been taught, I've been brought up Christian. My mother was Christian, so she brought me up that way. But, she always taught me, in all that I get the understanding. So, I had to get my own understanding. I had to get my own identity, my own understanding of everything. So I started with a bunch of things. I've read a lot. I've read a lot. From the Book of the Dead to I've read the Bible cover to cover. I read every apocryphal book that is considered to be canonized or uncanonized. I read all the apocryphal books. I have read Talmud. I've read the Quran. I mean, you name it. I've read a lot. I'm really fascinated by where we might go or what might become. So for me, my walk is different than most because I've read more. So conversating with most people, it's hard because it's most people, not disrespect anyone, but most people don't really read it cover to cover. Most people don't really get into it the way I got into it, from a mythological aspect or just trying to understand what you're reading. Most people don't do that. Most people, they kind of understand the general gist, or it's taught to them through the voice of another person, like a pastor or something of that nature. I personally have my own walk and learn to read every letter for letter, every word for word for myself, just so I can get a better understanding. And just understand who God is, and even the word God itself, that's a created word. It's who did God call himself, or who was he introduced to us as? So it goes deeper for me. For me, it goes a little bit deeper than just the general gist. What most people understand is religion. I'm really into it. I'm really, really into it. I'm really, really into it.
Absolutely. So give me an adverse challenge, or give me a situation where, how would you handle, or how would you apply all that you've read and all that you've learned in your daily walk?
In my daily walk, I guess where my giving heart comes from. I try to treat others, for one, the way I want to be treated, but also treat others better than what I would treat myself. I'm known for doing that. I've been taught by someone very important that before the plane goes down, you got to put your mask on first. because I'm always a person trying to like put the mask on people and like, yo, put this mask on. Like, you know, I'm always trying to like make sure that others are good for myself. And I think that is truly, you know, a Christian way. I was taught that, like, you know, you try to lead by example, and that example make others like want to follow you. Others want to be intrigued. So they're intrigued, like, oh, how does he do it? How does he get his blessings? Like, how does these things happen? And, you know, I do believe that fate has something to do with it, but I also believe that, you know, divine intervention, it comes from a higher power than all of us. And that's how I utilize it in my daily walk. I just try to be loving and be kind and you know, be nice to everyone as much as possible. I'm from New York, so it's still in me, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I still try to, you know, I try my best to be, you know, as respectful and loving as possible to every soul. Most people, you have to earn their trust, and you have to earn their respect, you have to earn their love, right? With me, I give it all to you. Like, from the jump, I'm giving it all to you. If you mess it up, that's on you. Like, I gave it to you, you know what I'm saying? That's on you, but I'm a little different in that sense, where I don't just, I don't reserve it. You know, I love everybody, every person on this planet, you know, good or bad. I love my enemies, people that hate me, whatever, you know.
Yes. I believe that you are a very special individual, Aubrey. I absolutely appreciate you. We are going to take a pause because I want to introduce the To Meet You Anyway by Dre's featuring Jay Townsend, because it's a fire song. It's inspired the whole reason why I decided to do the HoliDate edition. And yeah, so check it out, y'all. Nice to meet you anyway by Dre's.
Wanna get too close. Yeah. I don't wanna get too close, yeah. See, this isn't where my head is. You know me, I'm not like this. But nice to meet you anyway.
I think it was a Tuesday in the dead of winter. No, wait, maybe it was more like mid-December, because I remember the mix of the salt and snow on the apartment steps. There she was struggling with a Christmas tree out of breath. See, me, being the gentleman that I am, I adjusted my gloves and my scarf offered to give her a hand. She peeks through the olive leaves to see, but then declines. Thanks for no thanks, I think I can manage just fine. See, the whole scenario was about as cute as she was. A tree bigger than her, she can barely move it as she tugs. She turns and asks, is there anything else I can do for you? Well, you're blocking the stairwell, I kinda like to get through. She sighs, I'm sorry, I'm not usually this rude. I'm just having a bad day, I'm like, don't sweat it, it's cool. Not to be pushy, I mean, you're doing a bang-up job. But I could carry the tree for you, really, it is no problem. It's obvious to all that you don't need any help. You've carried it, what, a whole 4 steps by yourself. She said yes by myself and smiled, I smiled back. It would be my pleasure, she said, I'd appreciate that. By the way, they call me Dre's, will they call me Ginger? Where we going with this, Ginger? Top flow figures, yeah.
Lady, I don't wanna get too close to you. I don't wanna get too close. See, this isn't where my head is. I'm not like this. Nice to meet you anyway.
I acted like it was nothing but man. Autumn stairs. She said, come in, you can set the tree up over there. She removed the coat and gave the fireplace. As she started, I noticed that the body was so light, not cute. Well, I guess I should be going. Sure you don't want to chill and catch your breath just for a moment? I'm like, nah. She moved close, I could smell her escada. She brushed past my face and gently reached for my collar. Oh, I'm sorry, that must have come from my tree. I'm like, she said the left side of your collar is green. Oh snap, I don't have time to replace it for the show. She said, what time you gotta shake? In like an hour or so. She felt bad, let me clean it. No, I insist, I feels trapped. It only take like 30 minutes. So she stepped it with a potion and tossed it up in the dryer. Sat down by the fire, so ginger. Tell me about this bad day. It was like no one had asked if she had so much to say. Single with no kid, moved here from Memphis. I nicknamed it Reach the Dope Christmas.
Lady, I don't wanna get too close. Yeah. I don't wanna get too close. Yeah. See, I just found someone special, and that's really something special. If you will me, it's nice to meet you anyway.
Now I can feel her guards drop as she warms up to me. This is not the same girl who's fighting me over the tree. There's a natural progression in men and women conversations. She sets her cup down, so Dre's, what's your situation? I know what she asking, I'm playing dumb, trying to buy time. Yeah, are you seeing anyone? Well, yeah, I mean, I guess I kinda am. Like Facebook is complicated, we're only a few months in. Is it serious? I mean, I guess in a way, we're not official or nothing, but I think about it every day. I shoot a little text sometimes just to say hey, and she feels like home every time that we lay. Her smile lights my world. To me, the girl is gorgeous. Her virtues and her heart that move me even more. It's different. I mean, we pray together every morning. Her kiss, her touch, I mean, they're so reassuring. I feel like a king when we out and about, and every night we pillow talk until the stars burn out, until the earth stops moving and the moon stops glowing, till the sun sends its first rays up over that ocean. I was so caught up, I didn't notice I was rambling until I saw her face, and in the dry it sounded happy for me, but I could tell her hope was deferred. She popped up like, I better go get that shirt of yours. Hey, I hope I didn't lead you on or anything. Nah, you're just a nice guy who helped a girl with a tree. She handed me my shirt and then walked me to the door. She's the lucky one. Who? You know that girl of yours? Thanks. Well, I would say let's stay in touch, but on second thought, that's probably not such a good look. How ironic, I was single for the last couple of years, then I find someone and all of a sudden you appear. I looked down at my phone, is that her? I said yes, how could you tell? You smiled when you looked at your text. Well, I guess I should be on my way. Merry Christmas, Ginger. Merry Christmas, Dress.
And it's nice to meet you anyway. It's nice to meet you anyway. Nice to meet you anyway. It's nice talking to you. I gotta go.
Zing, Jag.
Calling Monday. Nice to meet you anyway. I don't do this. Really, I don't do this. It's nice to meet you. Special. Something very special. I found something special.
Yes. I absolutely love Dre's when he storytells. He's like so dope. And that song, the vibe of the song is just super cute. You know what I wanted to ask you though? There is a posing question. I believe it was on Facebook with the group called Straight Talk No Chaser. And it's typically a lot of singles in the group as well. The question was, is that cheating? In the video. Yeah, was he cheating?
Yo, listen, I gotta keep it 1,000. I mean, it depends on the person, because I mean, some people consider emotional cheating cheating, and some people don't. So I mean, if it's a form, if you wanna, you know, if you're a person that is, you know, off the strength of like emotional cheating, then yeah, that definitely was out of bounds. And you know, he should have just kept the movie. He should have just let her struggle, get that tree up the steps. You know what I'm saying?
Don't let her struggle.
Gotta let her struggle, bro. Gotta let her struggle.
Don't let her struggle.
You know what I mean? But I mean, if you, I mean, and that's why it's like it's important on your mate. Like, your mate is not one to be jealous either, or one that's considered emotional cheating. I mean, if it's not really, you know, if it's harmless, you know what I'm saying? Or blink a couple of times, you know. But if it's harmless, then, you know, helping her get that tree up there, that's about it. That's the end of it. But I mean, it depends on a person. It depends on the person, you know. You know, because one thing, she never really got into her story, so we don't know how many, you know, what her Rolodex was looking like when it comes to dudes. She could have, you know, it could have been a whole dude that lived there. He could have been in the military, like, you know what I'm saying? You just don't know.
I'm so done with you.
if it's 2020, if it's 2020, like we gotta keep it all the way
I guess
real.
that would be a valid question for 2020.
Yeah, it's 20. It's
You got a
2020.
dude in the military? I mean,
You know, I mean, yeah, for real. Like, is he overseas? I mean, how big is he? Is he like big, or is he like big? You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta ask questions. You gotta ask all the questions.
That's hilarious, but that's very accurate.
Yeah.
Another question for you, sir.
Oh, ask them all. Ask them away.
What was your last relationship, or in your last relationship? Why did it end, and what did you do wrong?
I was
I'm
breathing.
not saying it ended because of you.
That's what I did wrong. I breathed. I breathed. I was alive. You know what I'm saying? She wanted to move to the left, and I moved to the right. Like, that's how it goes. I would definitely say, like, I was young-minded. I would guess I would say. You know, I can be considered someone that's like nonchalant about things that should be like kind of important, and I just don't. Like, I don't personify things. Like, I don't give things life that don't need to have life. So like arguing and all that, I'm not with all that. I don't like to argue. And that can be seen as, that's like a double entendre. Like it can be seen as like, you know, a bad thing. Like if you don't like to argue, I always feel like, what are we arguing? Like, why are you arguing? Like there's nothing to argue about. But you know, some women can see that as means of like, you don't care, or you're not like that into them, or you're not that passionate about them because you don't argue. But I'm just all about good vibes.
How do you communicate that intensity then? So in the moment, so you mentioned caring about things that should be important. So I want to hear a little bit more detail about what that is. So this is another question I seen posed. There was a woman that was beefing because the man didn't ask her for a picture of her hair when he knew that she was getting it done. So it's like, you don't care if you don't ask for a picture. You're nonchalant about stuff like that, or nonchalant about issues or communication.
Very, very much so. And I don't like petty. Like petty, I don't do petty at all. I'm not really. I don't like. That's one thing I can say in my heart. I have to work on. I don't do petty. Like if it's just like a petty beef or a petty argument, like you want to argue about like why I put cheese on grits. Like I'm not about to do that with you. We're not about to do that. Like you know what I'm saying? Like.
So are you a cheesy grits guy? Or are you salt and pepper? Or are you sugar?
I mean, don't ever put sugar in my grits. That's a whole fight. Like, don't ever do that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Some butter, some salt and pepper, and some cheddar cheese. Like, and I'm good. But you know, like I don't know. I'm weird. I know that I'm weird. I don't try to be weird. I'm just weird. Like, I can't do that. Like, I can't have it. Like, it's got to be a situation where, you know, you understand and I understand. But yeah, I'm just weird. I'm weird. So, I mean, I think that, like, that's one of the problems that I've always had is, you know, showing emotion in situations where I should show emotion in. Just because I was taught, like, I was raised to, like, hide my emotions or, like, don't show no emotion. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I try to, you know, I'm learning how to continue to grow. In my walk of life, I'm learning how to show emotions and be more emotional and vulnerable. I guess that's the way of saying it.
Yes, vulnerability is very important.
Yeah, it is.
You have been amazing.
Thank you.
Right done, but I did want to take the time. There was a fire out south at Green Tree Apartments that left about 25 apartments. Burned down, and so I just wanted to thank those families in this season. My final sentiment of the day, for the most part, Merry Christmas. Remember the ultimate given to us. Please stay tuned. Next is the Rainier Avenue Radio News. And until next time, remember to lead with love. Remember to give people grace. You never know who is hurting in your space. Merry Christmas to all of you. Merry Christmas, Aubrey. Happy holidays. If we do not speak again, I appreciate you for taking the time.
Likewise. Merry Kwanzaa, Happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas, Feliz Navidad y todo, you know, everything. Like, I wish
Blessed
everybody
and
the
thankful. Remember, you are blessed and thankful.
I am.
Take care.
You too. See ya.
Welcome to The Sentiment, a thought-provoking show with discussions that consist of life's experiences. We are bringing thoughts and perspectives out of captivity and isolation into spaces that promote awareness, healing, restores hope, and proclaims victory in everyday thinking.
I think they have the intro on there and not the outro.
Thank you for
There we
listening
go.
to The Sentiment. Please join me now with the next topic and the next guest that graces us with their presence. In the meantime, be blessed and be gracious and kind to yourself and others. Mwah, mwah.